I now have the pleasure of introducing you to Brendan. He's the operation manager of the beautiful Killarney Mountain Lodge. So thank you so much for being here in studio with me. Thank you for the long drive to get out here.
Well, thank you for having me today.
Tell me, the Killarney Mountain Lodge has an absolute abundance of history. Tell us about it.
Well, it was originally built in 1940 by the Freehoff Company out of Detroit. And it was originally operated as a retreat for their clients and guests, a place for them to provide unique experiences in the wilderness. It was only accessible by boat or by plane at that time. In 1962, the lodge was actually bought by the East family, and at that time they built a road connecting it to the rest of the world. Our current owner purchased the property in 2015, and he remains committed to providing outstanding, unique experiences for all of our guests. And in the process, we're currently expanding our offerings at the resort.
You just want to bring more people to you.
Bring more people in, absolutely.
Tell me about some of the other amenities you have besides the inn.
So we have a beautiful pool overlooking the channel, and it's quite often you'll find 100-foot yachts going through the channel, so it's quite a unique experience. We have a sauna, we have a fire pit for our guests, we have a full sailing program, which is pretty unique to our property. And what's really cool is we have a carousel lounge, which is kind of a throwback to the 50s. So at nighttime, that's where everyone hangs out. There'll be live music, everyone's having a beverage. So it's a pretty unique space.
So you can be a part of the party or just chill out by the fire. When I asked you about any special or memorable moments at the lodge, you didn't even think about the helicopter arrivals.
It's funny, we get used to it, planes and helicopters flying in. Yeah, we have an aerodrome right out front of our property, and it's quite often we'll find people flying in on their helicopters and planes, and we had a wedding where the bride and groom flew in on their helicopter. Quite the entrance, to say the least, so it's pretty neat to have that on property.
That would blow the guest away.
Yes, yeah, have to hang on to the hatch.
Hang on to
absolutely.
the hat.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice throwback to the history. People are still arriving by plane or by boat.
Yeah.
Take us through the process of when a bride and groom comes to you. Who is their first point of contact?
So our first point of contact is our on-site sales manager. They'll tour you around with the general manager and the executive chef. We do offer our wedding packages, but we like to cater to what you are really looking for. So we can create unique experiences based on what you're looking for specifically.
So each bride is different and they all need a different package, so you don't mind people pulling from the different packages you offer?
Not at all. We always say challenge us. We have a silver, a gold, and a platinum package, but we can cater to your specific needs. In fact, we enjoy doing that, and we haven't let anyone down yet.
As we've said before, it takes a whole staff or a mini army to pull off a wedding. Tell me a little bit about your staff.
We are very lucky that we have the staff we have. I've been in the business for 20 years now, and this is the best team I've ever worked with. They're hardworking, dedicated, and we all care about only one thing, which is providing memorable experiences for our guests, and that's what we do.
Do you find that people just fall in love with your lodge and they want to stay longer? What's the average stay there?
Well, so most of our guests stay 2 to 3 nights, but we have an interesting story we like to tell. We had a retired couple come in, and they came in their boat. They had no intentions of staying overnight. They ended up staying for 3 weeks. So that kind of says it all. It's just a beautiful place. It's hard to put into words, but once you're there, you never want to leave.
Yeah, what a compliment. Now, because your lodge has such a different look, are people going to play off that? Are they going to use it as a theme?
A lot of times we find people bring the outside inside. With that being said, the building was built so long ago that it has such a nice rustic feel. But the building is also neutral, so if you want to do something more extravagant, we can do that as well for you. So we range from rustic to fancy, whatever you prefer.
Now, for couples that just missed your open house, are you planning on having another one?
Absolutely. So that was the first one we've ever done. It was extremely successful. We had over 100 people come through the building, and we quoted out 9 weddings. So, you know, going back on it, it's hard to describe the place. It's just so unique. So you have to come see it yourself. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
A photo is good, but actually seeing it, feeling it, walking around has got to be the way to do it.
Absolutely.
And you're actually working on a new building, a place that can hold 300 or 400 people for an event. That's exciting. Share with me about that. Thank
you for mentioning that. So yes, it's very exciting. It's a $15 million project. Currently, it's the largest log structure being built anywhere in the world. Newly named the Canada House. We'll be able to host up to 300 people in that one space. And actually, there'll also be a steakhouse in the building, which is pretty neat too. There'll be a 40-foot fireplace as a feature in the conference room. It's just absolutely stunning.
And you're actually getting booked up already, aren't you?
We are, yes. We've actually quoted out for weddings as far ahead as 2022. So if you're going to book, make sure you book early.
Well, I want to thank you so much, Brendan, for coming out here, driving all the way out, and sharing with me about your lodge.
Thank you for having me.
Now you can go to the Showcase Wedding website, click on the link for the Killarney Mountain Lodge so you can book for your special day.